We're going to the interview right now.
Attend a Super Bowl. It's a big day for America, always is. What made you want to do it?
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised to hear that. I would have assumed many presidents came, but I think just the spirit of the country's taken on a whole new life. I thought it would be a good thing for the country to have the president be at the game.
It's an iconic day.
It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great game, two great teams. And let's see what happens.
You know, it seems the first days of this administration are like a no-huddle offense. You know, plays going down the field, one after another. There's a long list of things you've already got done in 3 weeks. Big border policy changes, ICE crackdowns on criminals, taking biological men out of women and girls' sports, big energy policy changes. So what's different with you and your administration? The difference between the 45th president and the 47th president?
Well, with the 45th, I had tremendous opposition, but I didn't know people, and I didn't have the kind of support that I needed. I put people in office, some really great ones, but I had some that I wouldn't have put. I would have, known better if it were a couple of years later, or if I had a little more experience in D.C. I was a New York person, not a D.C. person. And I had a lot of opposition. I just noticed, I looked on the stage for the recent inauguration, and I'm looking, it's like a who's who of Washington. Well, if you look on the stage for the first one, it was just the opposite.
So some of your plays have raised some questions and had some pushbacks. 19 states' attorneys general filed a lawsuit, and early Saturday, a judge agreed with them to restrict Elon Musk and his government efficiency team, Doge, from accessing Treasury Department payment and data systems. They said there was a risk of irreparable harm. What do you make of that? And does that slow you down in what you want to do?
No, I disagree with it 100%. I think it's crazy. And we have to solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone into the government. You take a look at the USAID, the kind of fraud in there.
And you found significant things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say, this is ridiculous. And you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this, Brett.
You announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico. You immediately got action from both of them on border security and drug interdiction.
I did. A lot of action.
Is that good enough? Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough.
So more needed in 30 days.
Something has to happen. It's not sustainable. And I'm changing it.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, it was a private meeting, he said that your wish for Canada to be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state, because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You said the tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So if all goes to plan, when do you think families would be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them, hang on, inflation may get worse until it gets better?
No, I think we're going to become a rich... Look, we're not that rich right now. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing, like $200 billion with Canada. We owe $300. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Sports has always been something that Americans rally around, come together. They really do. You won the popular vote. You won all the swing states. Have you thought about how to try to bring the country together, to reach out or to find common ground? Have you thought about that, or how that might go?
I'd love to do it. But I would say this. We have to come together But to come together, there's only one thing that's going to do it, and that's massive success. Success will bring the country together, but it's hard. And I say it's hard. I just signed a bill allowing for women not to have to be punished by men in sports. In other words, men are not going to be allowed to play in sports against women. It's ridiculous.
You're a sports guy. You're a football fan. Size up these two teams.
I'm a big fan of both teams. They're sort of different. In Philadelphia, you have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle who was a great fighter. And Iran Barkley, his name was. So you have a great running back. You really have a great quarterback. The other team, the quarterback really knows how to win. He's a great, great quarterback.
So game prediction?
I hate to do it. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time, Philadelphia has a fantastic. It's going to be just a great game.
Finally, listen, you are the most recognized person in the world, likely the most imitated person in the world. Every comedian has Donald Trump imitation, everyone. But now you have UFC fighters winning fights, NFL players doing the Trump dance.
Yeah.
Did you ever think that was going to be a thing?
No, I didn't. I mean, we do these rallies. They've always been great, but they got really great. And it's just, I don't know what it is. I try and walk off sometimes without dancing, and I can't. I have to dance because it's just got something special about it.
Mr. President, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the game. You can see the rest of the interview on a host of other topics on Special Report Monday on Fox News Channel. In the meantime, we'll send it back to our Fox team in New Orleans after a short break to the kickoff.
I can't help it. He says I can't help it. When I leave these rallies, I can't help but dance. How do you not love this guy? He's real. He's raw. He's authentic. He's got plenty of fame. He's got plenty of money. He's thinking about his grandkids, just like I am with my channel. Look, a lot of you guys might not believe this, and I don't give a crap. I've been running businesses for 30 years, okay? I still have a couple of businesses that I'm blessed. I'm very lucky. I mean, I've worked my butt off, blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I love about the American dream. I mean, the fact that they hate and they keep going after Elon Musk is a crime of the highest order. He is literally the personification, of the American dream. The guy's a South African immigrant. He came into this country. He loves America. We have the richest guy in the world who actually wants to advocate for democracy, for freedom, free speech, ending government waste, putting America at the very top in every vertical, in every industry, like we used to. He worked his ass off. He's revolutionized the medical industry with Neuralink. He's revolutionized the communications industry with Starlink. He's revolutionized space travel with SpaceX. And he literally put free speech back on the internet by buying Twitter with a $44 billion loss. He literally, if we didn't have, I can honestly say unequivocally, uncategorically, I can honestly say this, that if Elon Musk had not bought Twitter and turned it into X, I think President Trump might have just lost. I really do, because it was literally the only bastion of free speech on the entire internet. And Twitter was the digital town square. Forget Facebook. No. YouTube is video. Rumble is video. X is where you can go and share your thoughts with the world and engage with literally anyone. It is the equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're Kanye West, which he's gone absolutely bat crap crazy lately. It doesn't matter if you're Elon Musk. It doesn't matter if you're the president. I mean, I've gone back and forth with members of Congress and senators. I mean, I've talked to J.D. Vance on X. That could never happen when I was a kid growing up. That could never happen 20, 25 years growing up. And if you don't remember the Twitter files that came out 2-3 years ago, the amount of corruption, the amount of cover-up, the amount of censorship and suppression was insurmountable. Let me just share this. This is a capital F fact. The people who want to censor are never the good guys. The good guys never want to censor. The people who are ranting and raving all over the internet right now and all over Congress and all over USAID, the people who are staging these fake, how dare you not let us in? Why are these doors locked? They don't want us to go in. All that BS. The people who are fighting transparency are never the good guys. The people who are fighting the auditor rather than the crime and corruption that's being uncovered are never the good guys. And they still are at it. Al Green introducing, what an embarrassment, introducing articles of impeachment. It is such a travesty. I've said acts of sedition. These hypocrites, AKA Democrats, are committing acts of sedition. It is treason at the highest level. They would be hung in 1775 if they were acting like this. They would not be getting away with this. This is direct, concrete, substantive treason of the highest order. To put it in short layman's terms, they don't want anybody finding out how much money. I mean, on a government salary, Nancy Pelosi, on a government salary. Now they just found out that the president of USAID, they just found out that the president of USAID, who makes, I think, $150,000 a year, it has a net worth of over 25, north of 25, $35 million. The math ain't mathin', folks. The math doesn't make an ounce of sense, folks. There is some serious bad boogie going on. Nancy Pelosi makes $200,000 a year, but somehow she's worth over $150 million. The math ain't mathin', folks. Chuck Schumer, the rest, all of them. Kamala Harris, all of them. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars now. Poof, out of nowhere. Poof, like magic fairy dust. Where did all the money come from? It came from us. It came from you. It came from me. It came from them. We're working our butts off every single day. I'm telling you right now, I can say this without a shadow of hyperbole. I'm the hardest working mother trucker on the planet. You guys know this. I work every single day, 24/8. And I've been doing that since before I got married, 15, 20 years ago. Okay. There were times in my younger days, although I don't know if I could really ever say this, but yeah, there were probably times 30, 40 years ago where I took it, let's say, a little bit easier than I do now. I'm the hardest working mother trucker out there. I can say that emphatically. Nobody works as hard as I do. And you want me to pay my taxes every year and be legitimate, honest, upfront, and transparent, yet you don't ask the same measure of yourself? You don't want us to find out what you're spending our money on, and you're going all over these woke networks? And you're saying that you're going on all these woke propagandist networks, and you're saying it's a constitutional crisis? I mean, who do you think you're talking to, you fuddy-duddy, philandering, mopey, dopey, cockroach scum? You're pond scum. That's what you are. Who do you think you're fooling? It's a constitutional crisis. We've never seen anything like this. You dum-dums. Who do you think you're fooling? If it wasn't for independent grassroots media that you guys are supporting right now by watching and tapping the thumbs up, if it wasn't for us, guess what? Guess what? They would have free reign. If it wasn't for Musk buying the digital town hall, they would have free reign. That's a fact. That's capital T true. So I've said this once. I'll say it again. I think Elon Musk deserves so many medals bestowed upon his neck that he would have trouble lifting. We literally have a modern day Leonardo da Vinci. And the guy, instead of Mark Cuban, that fake, fugazi fraud, feckless, soulless, heartless, courageless pansy Mark Cuban, who supports Kamala, who supports men in women's sports, who supports giving all our money away to Zelensky, calls Zelensky a hero, an unelected tyrant dictator, a hero. He supports opening the border, just letting anybody else in. Of course, it's easy for you to say, Mark Cuban, because you have private security detail. You don't have to worry about groceries. You're a billionaire. You don't have to worry about crime because you have cameras, security. You have walls around your mansion, but the hypocrisy knows no bounds, folks. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. We actually have the man with the most resources and funds, the man who has reinvented vertical after vertical, industry after industry. We actually have him on our side. He loves America. He wants to help America to be number one forever. And these guys have never held a real job in their life. Chris Murphy, Al Green, Jasmine full of Crockett. They've never held a real job in their lives. They don't have a molecule of creativity in any bone on their body. And they have the audacity to say he should be fired. He should be impeached. We should get rid of him. They want to deport Elon Musk. Can you believe this? They don't want to deport Tren de Aragua, but they want to deport Elon Musk. Make it make sense. Thank you, Kelly, for the $2.99 super chat. I love you guys. I love you guys so, so much. I'm so happy you're here. We have to fight. I can say this unequivocally. I've never felt more inflamed with purpose in my life. I'm not using a teleprompter. This isn't a script. This is coming straight from my heart, coming straight out of my chest. I've got locomotives in my veins. Maybe it's too much coffee, but I don't care. I'm passionate because I love America. My kids, I was born, raised, and made here. My kids, born, raised, and made here. My parents were immigrants, did it the legal way, as Tom Homan says, through port of entry, processes, systems, the legal way. There's nothing wrong with immigration. The legal way, earned citizenship. My parents worked their asses off. They got PhDs. They did everything right. They contributed to society. They've never broken a law in the history of history. I mean, they are the cleanest, most positive, American-loving immigrants ever. They came in the 70s, had me and my brother, and I wouldn't be here without all the opportunities. I've never been more inflamed with purpose in my entire life, and I will fight until my last dying breath for this beautiful, glorious republic. We owe that to our forefathers. We owe that to our great-great-great-great-grandkids. We owe that, maybe even more importantly than our forefathers and our great-great-grandkids, to the millions of Americans, not thousands, not hundreds, the millions of Americans who have fought, sacrificed, and served our beautiful republic, and who have sacrificed even the ultimate sacrifice, their life for our country. We owe that to them. If you're with me, giving an amen in the comments right now. So that was awesome. Maybe we'll go live when we have the maybe what we'll do is we'll go live when the full interview airs. I think the full interview is going to air tomorrow. And great to see you, Laura. Laura's in the house. Oh man, free YSL in the house. Love you guys. Bella in the house. So good to see you. So great. Amanda's Secret Garden. It's great to see you. Fantastic. Yes. This is what I want to share. Laura Tilford says, help us make common sense go viral so the hypocrites never infect our nation again. Tap the thumb up and share. It's free. I love you, Laura. Thank you so much for everything you do. Hey, congratulations. I want to give a huge congratulations to Robert Littlejohn, member for 8 months. Congratulations, Robert. It's awesome. If you want to be a member, there's a join button down below. There's also a link in the description. Members get full access to our members only Discord. You get automatic registration to our giveaways. We give away shirts, hats, cash, Amazon gift cards. I've given away thousands of dollars in Amazon gift cards. You also support the greatest channel on planet Earth, trying to make sure that our country stays intact, that the soul of America does not deteriorate, as well as you get boosted engagement, boosted comments, exclusive offers, exclusive content, etc. I mean, this is the place to be. Thank you, China Baby, for gifting 5 Professor Ness memberships. Mountain Goddess, you're amazing. Thank you, JB, Jim Bear, and I know you're on the road. John Luna, thank you so much for the $10. God bless you, John. Thank you, Kelly, for the $2.99 super sticker. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned. We got more to come. Enjoy the Super Bowl. I might even post a video before the Super Bowl. So stay tuned. I've got a lot to say and a lot to share. I know that comes as a shock. So as always, God bless you. God bless President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance and Elon Musk from Doge. And God bless America. I'll see you guys very